Oh my god, it's just... Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Skyman Universe, and today's Star Wars quote: "I'd be careful where I was sticking my nose if I were you." Another great one. Leave your Star Wars quotes down below. So today, it is finally upon us. It's gone so quick. I swear every week has gone quicker and quicker. 7 episodes feel like it almost wasn't enough. I feel like I need to see a lot more of Temuera Morrison and Boba Fett. But what can we say? Last week's episode, oh my goodness, it was something else. It was so special and emotional. It just hit in those spots, and it sort of, you don't realize you feel that way so much, and then last week's episode just manages to sort of navigate its way through your emotions and then start digging and gets deeper and deeper, and then it's a weird sensation, really, like seeing Luke Skywalker and Grogu. It's just special moments like that which I thought were just so incredible, and the fact that there is that decision at the end, and I've done nothing but think about it all week. What's Grogu gonna do? Is he gonna take the lightsaber, or is he gonna take the Beskar chainmail? And these have massive implications to me anyway. I assume if they take one or the other, it goes down Luke's path, which then leads on to how we know older Luke, or it goes on to something new, and that to me is very exciting and keeps it just feels alive and great, and I love it. It's so cool. What I'm hoping for, like I said last week, was that Grogu somehow takes both, and Luke Skywalker might be a little bit stunned by that, or that it forces him to see in a different way to show that emotions are good. I think that's so important. If there's some sort of evolution there, and Luke Skywalker sees that and notices that's the mistake his father made, and the Jedi made, and the Jedi now evolve. I mean, that's so special. That almost gives me shivers just talking about it. It's like it's Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy now. It's not the old way of the Jedi. It's Luke Skywalker's. He is in my eyes, a pure Jedi. Seeing Luke rise above something again, it's just, that would be so cool. And this is going to be done through Grogu, I hope. Something I was so incredibly amazed was just Cad Bane turning up at the end of the last episode. Was not expecting that whatsoever. I thought there might be a slither of a chance that it might be Bosk or someone turn up like that. But Cad Bane in live action, who looked creepy as hell and acted perfectly to how we know Cad Bane, then yeah, it was just another special moment. It's too bad that he got my favourite character, Cobb Vanth, and I would like to have seen Cobb and Mando just a little bit more of we did a massive thing together, like we fought a great dragon, now we're sort of good friends. That would have been sort of cool. But Cad Bane, after watching that episode I think about 20 times, he's got clipped. He was clipped on his shoulder, so yeah, I think he's still alive, and a lot of you said in the comments section he was alive still as well. So my fingers are very much crossed, and I would love just such a special nod to Cobb Vanth if he got some sort of armor. That would be a special moment if Boba was able to sort him with something, and then that's kind of like Tatooine, a side of Tatooine that's looked after by Cobb Vanth. That would be so awesome. Kind of have to remind yourself that you haven't really seen that much of Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett in the last episode where he does his nods when the Mandalorian walks in, and that's really Boba Fett to me, and mysterious and stuff, but I think Boba Fett really needs a lot more. It needs to be a bit more, maybe an episode before this last one, where it's kind of just his story. And I feel like the build up and understands his motives and things, there could have been some different things added in there, just to follow Bob a bit more, because I love Temuera Morrison. Now, if I was to make one pre-guess before we watch this, and that is that I would predict that Luke Skywalker and Grogu turn up on Tatooine. I think there's got to be something. Luke Skywalker has ties to Tatooine. That is his family's home. So it's well-being. It's not going to be like Darth Vader where he ignores it completely and doesn't go back. Maybe does in comics or what have you, but I haven't seen those. But Luke Skywalker, it is meaningful to him. That's where both of his families were, Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. So I'd assume that its welfare and making sure that it's looked after is quite important. So if he sees the Mandalorian tied up with Boba Fett, oh my god, can you imagine just Luke Skywalker there with Boba Fett? And it's kind of like a fanboy's dream at the moment, and something goes on there. I still think there might be a chance that Bosk might show up, just the tiniest inkling that he might turn up. Dengar would be pushing it, but I think there's got to be something in here, maybe. But I think just even if Luke Skywalker turns up, that would be enough for me, and that would be a perfect ending. See him help out Boba, that would just be incredible. But yeah, I think I could keep speculating and keep being wrong, because you just know it's not going to be anything what you speculate. Well, at least I hope anyway. So I think the threat is high enough now. It's all about to kick off on Tatooine, and I'm dead excited, so let's watch this thing.
Were you able to hire any foot soldiers?
I think
This
so.
is the way.
Cobb Vanth is raising a garrison for us.
What price?
I don't think he's raising anything.
Free.
I think he's lying on the floor.
Free. Mospelgo. Freetown is its name now. And himself when he
I
arrives
like
here with the
Mospelgo. That was
reinforcements.
a cool name.
You are confident he will come.
Is it me? Or is Boba just turned into Boba Fett?
Well, if he does, we'll lock down at the palace.
It's a bad idea.
Is that so?
Get out of here, mods.
We're staying.
Good.
People who live here need our
You
protection.
stay. It'd be so much cooler than Jabba's palace. That'd be so good. Don't you ruin it, modders.
We'll stay.
No. They ruined it. Surely not. Oh my god, it's too soon for Cad. I didn't even think we'd see him again. Maybe like at the end of the episode. It looks so creepy.
Worry about Freetown. Did you convince the marshal to
Well, I can't believe we're seeing Cad Bane.
Indeed you do.
Cad Bane, you look so awesome.
So when will this all be over?
It's like a Clone Wars episode.
Depends on how much you're too.
Oh dear. In the name of honor. Oh, my god, it's, oh my god. Oh my god, it's just...
What's an X-Wing doing here?
Luke Skywalker returning to Tatooine.
Hide that! Get rid of that!
Luke Skywalker is about to step on Tatooine. To me, this is just amazing.
Quit it! Hide it!
Oh.
Officer! I filed for my... Quite a coincidence,
It's not,
if you
it's
ask me.
Luke.
Well, look who it is!
Did R2 bring him? I just love seeing all those droids there. It's just the best.
Grogu? Whoa, that's a terrible name. Sorry about that, pal. Why am I calling you that?
It's grown on me. I like Grogu. That's so cute that he chose the armor. Mandalorian. But I feel like that is not the full answer, perhaps.
I don't care how big.
That was still, seeing the X-Wing flying there was just nostalgic.
And will alert us if any of the Pike Syndicate forces
We
arrive.
need more Gamorreans. At least a dozen by now. That'd be so much cooler.
Chrysanthemum is in...
God, I hate those bugs. They just look so stupid. I just can't get over them.
Keeping an eye on the Pikes choose to attack from.
From the sky, maybe.
We wait.
Lord Fett? I thought you said nobody could sneak up on us.
At least the Mando's alert. Holy crap, is that Cad? Oh my goodness. Long time no see, Boba.
With gutless murderers. If that's not the quack they're calling the stifling slimy. Clear out. Tell your boss. You should have never left him without his armor. Before you get any ideas, I've got back shooters too. True.
Does it me or Boba, Cad look a little bit different? Like, it looks even cooler.
Right here.
No,
Right now.
don't do it, Cad. So cool.
You're going soft in your old age.
We all do.
Cad, you just look so good. I love so much that you're in this. Fits so well.
Display of restraint. Exemplary stratagem. If I may be so bold as to offer additional counsel.
I wonder how much
I hope that he changes his allegiance because I really like that Twilight. Oh dear. Betrayed by the he doesn't like the game. Uh-oh. I swear the Trandoshan should be really tall there. That's one thing I would change there, is their height needs to be Bosk height. Oh dear. Yes. Yes. No.
It's a trap!
No. No. No, not the Gamorreans. No. Damn.
coordinated
Not the
attack.
Gamorreans.
Together out.
There's no way to overcome their advantage. We need to take out command and control.
Does the Pike Syndicate
I think
still
Felix
operate
Shan
out
is full
on
of crap, to be honest. I don't think she knows anything that's going on. It's like a high school bundle. Why didn't they get their pipes?
Thank you.
Manners.
Move along.
I like it.
Move along.
You're welcome.
I just wish the theme park they'd make is Tatooine. I just want to walk down a Tatooine street. I would live there. If I could. And where have I seen this before? Moff Gideon. Looks familiar, doesn't it, Mando? Put on the web blaster.
with you until we both fall. You buy into that Vanth photo. I do.
I like that. That's nice.
This is the way.
Say it. Oh.
What vestiges remain of my accent, but I was educated on Coruscant. Not that that makes me better.
Get to it.
I like this guy. I like that he's working for him.
I
hope nothing happens to him now. Because I like this Twilight. No. Please don't.
His words.
Please. Yes! Thank you, Boba. Oh man, that's so awesome. This is what we wanted to see. Jetpacks. Boba and Mando kicking ass together. He looks so good. He looks amazing. This is just like visual happiness of seeing both of them together. This is freaking awesome. I love it so much. This is like a Star Wars game. Just keep going and going. I love that.
The people of Freetown.
Hooray! I don't see any Cobb. That's sad. He's not going to be there. Oh. Is that a bike down? Let's hope. Nice. Nice. Oh, that's so good. Oh no. Oh gosh. That is quite terrifying. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh dear. This is the ultimate droid to car upgrade. Need to do the Steeler Silver for sure. Oh, I forgot. Oh, what the hell?
From where? You've run out of friends. Protect the others.
Boba just looks so awesome when he's in his jetpack. You've done enough, boy. Need to rest. But who does she bring? This is awesome. This is like Battlefront. So good. We've still got Grogu there. Still got Luke somewhere. We've still got Boba going somewhere. Cad Bane is still somewhere.
Look who's here.
Hey, what are you doing here? Oh. Okay, little guy. I'm happy to see you too. I didn't know when I'd see you again. It's up here right now. Be careful, you keep your head down. You stay hidden until the fight's over. Grab the shirt.
Holy crap. Is Boba riding the Rancor? Oh my god, he is, isn't he? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This is just like one of the most awesome things. Oh, this is just... I'm worried about those destroying... droid cars destroying the town. I'm pretty sure Rancor will do a great job. It's so cool. And you're done, droid car. No! No! Is this a star killer? Not. Is this gonna be a thing every time we see Grogu now? Him and Mando together. That's more like it. Destroy the city. I wondered. There's just a Rancor loose.
Don't toy with me. I'm not a little boy any longer. You are an old man.
I'm still faster than you.
That may be.
This is what we missed in Clone Wars. Holy crap, seeing Cad move like that is creepy.
You gave it
That makes perfect sense. Oh no, Cad. Oh Boba, what have you done? Cad Bane. But if anyone was gonna do it, it's Boba Fett. Thank you for your long service. That's it, that's Cad Bane. Finished. He's just holding the screen. Hey, what are they doing? Cool. Rancors are pretty terrifying. It's a T-Rex of Star Wars. Oh gosh, I think this is going to be a recurring theme. Every time I see him do anything, it just makes me so emotional. I hope there's going to be like a parade of Boba going down. And everyone's out, like the end of the Phantom Menace. He's walking up the middle. Well, that was pretty ruthless. It's almost as if Anakin just went in the council chambers and ...
Why does it have to be the right arm?
They just had to put those damn bikes in there still, don't they? Very good. I'm staying to the end just in case there's something at the end of here as well. Like the Book of Boba Fett at the end of The Mandalorian. Is that Cobb? God. That was crap. I don't want to see the mods anymore. And there we have it, the Book of Boba Fett. Done. It is complete. I'm not even sure if there's going to be another season at the end, if there's going to be a second one coming up at all. I don't get how there would be, because Boba now has kind of reign and control over Tatooine. I think all the fighting sort of made up for there not being so much fighting. I feel like some of that stuff could have been a little bit earlier on in the series, just to show like this threat which was kept on building up and destroying the town, and more reason to go to war with the Pikes. I think that would have been something I would have tweaked a little bit there. And then it makes the whole Boba taking over, like Boba's almost the savior for Tatooine at this point. There were some slight things, like I don't know why, but I really thought Luke Skywalker was going to turn up there, and to be teased like that with the X-Wing, it didn't really inspire me with confidence, because it made me feel like now that it's gonna Luke is heading down the sort of path of the not so Luke Skywalker, and if they're heading in that direction, it just doesn't really, I don't know, I feel like my excitement just feels a little bit lost in that department. I really hope I'm going to be wrong there and something happens, but I was just kind of really thought Luke evolving the Jedi in some way was the way to go with that. So him turning up with Grogu would have been such a powerful moment. Plus, for him to sort of look after Tatooine, I think it would be under his interest as well. But I think that would have been a really special moment. So, I mean, sure, it doesn't need to happen, but I think that would just been an awesome fanboy moment, and Luke Skywalker turned up, save the day. But yeah, the fact that was now the end of Cad Bane. I mean, it was so awesome to get in there to begin with, which was pretty incredible, really. And to see him in live action, that was great. Always felt somewhat like we lost out not getting that Clone Wars episode where Boba gets a dent in his helmet. I mean, I think it happens because in Bad Batch, there was like a reference to it or something. And then now they're sort of referring back to the previous times. So it was quite a heavy standoff, shall I say, and the fight was awesome. But then seeing Cad Bane moving around so quickly and he's sliding under and then using his flamethrower, it made me think, God, I want to see more Cad Bane. And then obviously it's perfectly fitting that Boba Fett destroys him. It's just seeing him agile and moving around just makes me, I don't know, I've always loved Cad Bane. I thought he's one of my favourite characters, really, in Star Wars. I thought he was an awesome creation. Fits so nicely in as a bounty hunter. But yeah, I think if anyone was going to finish off Cad Bane, it's Boba Fett. And I think it was done right. It's a weird thing because a character that you love but you know is bad, and it's not going to do the main characters any favours either. So I suppose that was probably the way for him to go, but it was still awesome that he's there nonetheless. I really thought, however, the Grogu scenes, I feel a little bit concerned that every time I see him now, I'm just going to feel this weird emotion. I think you know the reasons why, but it hits me so differently now. And the moments with Grogu and Mando are really special. And seeing him jump on the Mandalorian straight away was a special moment, and how Mando and Grogu is now more connected in the Force through training of Luke Skywalker, and how he does things now. He looks more like a Jedi. I like that there's a bit of Jedi in there. So I still, because of that, think there's a little bit of hope, thinking that he's not done with his training with Luke Skywalker. At least not yet, anyway. Or Luke comes to the realization. I just hope something along those lines happens, and Luke Skywalker builds his big Jedi Academy. I still feel like it should be on Yavin. Was it Yavin? I can't remember, but the one on Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, that would be so awesome. And Jedi Outcast, that would be really special. I'd see him in big ruins, and I don't know, it looks kind of grand looking, and not just a small hut, where all the Jedi go from across the galaxy to this small tiny hut. I'd like something big and sort of old, and something that suits Luke. Would be really cool. I feel like Luke Skywalker was going to turn up, but I'm completely fine that he didn't turn up, purely because I think the story still worked, and seeing him there, and then you just think, well, if he's swinging his lightsaber about, I don't think the fights were set up enough for Luke Skywalker to appear to help anyone. So I think, yeah, there was that element there. I think when the X-Wing was coming in to land, that was really sort of atmospheric and mysterious, and I love that. And this is what makes me think so much that there's such a missed opportunity for the Star Wars lands. I really hope they do it with Disneyland Paris, but it should be Tatooine. It is screaming Tatooine. I think we all want to go to Tatooine so much, and you can put Mandalorian in there, Boba Fett in there. This timeline is perfect. Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano. I mean, what more would you want? You got Moff Gideon about, you've got remnants of stormtroopers. It is perfect for that. It is screaming that. It's screaming Star Wars fun rides or something like that. Ride a Rancor, I don't know. But yeah, I think a moment which I really, really wanted in there was something with Cobb Vanth. I'm not sure if that was him in the back tank there with the modder, but the modder just puts me off because that scene where he was putting together Fennec Shand, it just made me feel queasy, and seeing him just makes you feel crazy. Like, it's weird because I just didn't like that scene, and the music goes with it. It was kind of like a nightmare to me. So yeah, I'd just like to see Cobb Vanth turn up, wounded maybe, but then Boba Fett has armor in Jabba's palace or something, and then gives him armor, and that could have been like the three sort of Mandalorian people, or at least in their armor anyway, protecting Tatooine. That would be really special for me, and a nice nod to Cobb Vanth for what he's done for Tatooine so far, and giving back the armor as well to Boba Fett. It's kind of like a nod and a mark of respect. That would have been a really touching scene, and I would like that a lot. But I mean, I'm a bit sad that he was left out. I feel like, why clip him on the arm if you weren't going to put him in this episode? You know, it doesn't make too much sense to me there, but still, I think if that was him at the end, then that's good that he still survived, which is good. But overall, I heard so many rumours. Like, I was on the lookout like a hawk this week for everything, reading forums, comment sections, the lot. And there's so much speculation for Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca turning up, which I just thought that was a long shot. So yeah, that obviously didn't happen. Luke Skywalker, I thought, he was a potential. It was built up that he might, but I really thought maybe Bosk would turn up. If I was to explain this, there seems to be a thing where you could differentiate between the Clone Wars and live action. So height is no issue in the Clone Wars, but in live action it can be, because they're basically people, humans, wearing costumes. So Cad Bane, who I assume is slightly more different in Clone Wars, taller, longer in the face, of course, doesn't look so much like Cad Bane. I think there was a little bit of a difference in there. But in regards to Trandoshans, and if you brought Bosk in, Bosk is tall. He's as tall as the Wookiees, or nearly as tall as the Wookiees. And so are all the other Trandoshans. This is the only thing I would change, is that the Trandoshans need to retain, or the majority of them, their height, because that makes them a slightly different alien. And I like the idea of a different alien and not just someone in a costume who you know is a human. So the costume has to fit the size of the human. If you can't put that alien in, then I wouldn't put them in the costume, because to me, those are the small things I notice purely because of what we've been used to in the Clone Wars and all the other things as well. It's like the Trandoshans were these tall, fearsome beasts, basically, like these dinosaur lizards, and they all have their hiss and their sort of off-putting, and the fact that they have such a presence because they're so tall. I think that's something, if you can replicate that, then do it, but if you can't, then it just looked a bit stupid with them, or like human-sized jumping. I'm not going to say his name, Credence, I don't know, the Wookiee, but them all bundling him, it just didn't look right, considering we know how the Wookiees went up against the Trandoshans, like in hand-to-hand combat in the Clone Wars series, the one with Ahsoka and the Padawan lost. So yeah, I mean, there were minor changes that I would have made there, but I think Boba Fett in this acted a lot more sort of mysterious, how I thought Boba Fett would be. It was a lot more straight to the point, and there was so much awesomeness with Temuera. I think he's done an incredible job, by the way. He looks like he's had a great time filming it. I think all of his backstory, stuff we've dreamed of for so many years, I think they've done him justice. I think there would have been, if I was to change something, I think we'd probably get into that with another video, should you want to see that. But there were changes which I would make, maybe some a little bit drastic, but a lot of minor ones as well, which I think could really turn things around and make it a little bit more different, shall I say. But we got all the nostalgic moments. We got the slave one, we got Jabba's palace. Now he's built up his people. I would like to have seen him return to Jabba's palace. That would have been an awesome scene. And to have the Twi'lek translator there, the Wookiee, and then have it bustling, and Max Rebo playing as well in the palace, and seeing it hustling and bustling, but not so slimy like Jabba had it, but how Boba Fett would have it, like respect, and everyone's in there, and that would have been really cool. But yeah, they obviously went down a nice touching route as well, always walking through the streets, but it's just him and Fennec Shand, and it's a bit like, I'd prefer to be, he's just pretty much saved Tatooine. A bigger affair would have been good, and involvement with Tusken Raiders would have been quite nice somehow as well. There are the Tusken tribes, and surely they know what Bob has done through the other Tuskens, but still, even though this episode felt like it was missing some bits to me, like some emotional hits, which I think could have worked, that it would have paid off nicely, which wasn't there. The filming was still epic. The story was still epic. The battles were still epic. Boba Fett and the Rancor was probably something I never knew I thought I needed to see. And now that I've seen it, probably one of the most awesome things ever. So yeah, there's some really awesome moments in this. And yes, very, very eager to see what you thought of this and what you write in the comments about the series as a whole. For me, there feels like there were some things which could have made the Book of Boba Fett incredible, and whether it's missing something, I don't know. I think because it's so fresh after I watched it, I still need time to think about it, and that's what I need to do, is sit on it and then know if I loved it or not, or if there could have been some changes in there or something. So reading your comments will help me see how I'm feeling. So all of your thoughts of the Book of Boba Fett and everything, just put down below, and I will be reading intensely to see everything that you've got to say of the series. But anyway, I really hope that you've enjoyed my reactions to the series and all those juicy, amazing Star Wars moments in there. It has been really great, and I loved every moment of doing it as well. This is probably one of my favorite things. It's like watching Star Wars with Star Wars fans, and we get to watch it, get together and go through it together, and that's what I love. There's something so good about savoring a moment, or seeing the moment when you saw something you love for the first time. That's what I love so much. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Mandalorian and what goes on there. That's the last season of The Mandalorian, but we all know what's coming up next, and before you know it, it'll be soon upon us, and it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. The biggest thing which I think I've been looking forward to the most, something which is so heavily straight from the prequels, it's going to hit me exceptionally differently, and I'm hoping now I'm going to connect to it in a way which it just supersedes Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian, because I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. So yeah, can't wait for it. Hope you like this video. Subscribe if you're not. Take care of yourself, and remember, the Force will be with you always.